Hey Karen, Dwayne, I just thought I'd make a quick video for you to show you the printer and kind of how it works, and I got some common objects in the way to just kind of give you a size reference as to how big it is and what it is. It is an MX 432 Canon. This is the paper goes in this way. In the front here, it's got this little gray thing. Kind of goes in. Paper goes in there, and it's got to go with this black thing right here. Actually, paper actually going to come out on top of that. Has a little flap here. If you ever want to change the cartridges, you can fold it up, and then this top folds down. The cartridges go back and forth. They're going to land over here, and it's going to pop down. And these little gray hinges, actually, these fold down, and the cartridges kind of just bend out, lean forward and bend out. Let me just show you those cartridges, replacing again. Top goes up. This bottom, this front part, just folds down, and then the cartridges move. Eventually they do find themselves over on the right, and then these clips actually push down. There's some resistance there, but you push them down like they're just about to snap down all the way at that pressure level, and then you'll just get the cartridges out a lot easier. Looks like what one of the cartridges look like. Kind of standard, and this is kind of the refill for the cartridges that you'll need to get. I did just put a black one in, new black one in. Opened up that case. So that folds back. This is where the paper goes in. I got this 8-page document. I'm going to make a copy of. Goes in on top, beeps. I think the specs say it holds about 30 pages. I don't know, you could probably get 30 pages in there. That seems reasonable. It's only going to make black copies. The color's gone, so you just hit black. And then it's going to feed in from the top. Takes a few copies in before the copies start coming out. And just give it a few moments. Takes a couple in, spits them back out underneath there, and then once it gets a couple in, it'll start outputting them. I got it on the edge of the table right here, so probably not the best place to have it. Like I said, the papers will come out right here. And just because of the way this is set up, you're probably going to want this on the tabletop because they just don't, they kind of fall off here if I'm not holding them. And so it's just kind of the way this design is. I mean, all the printers do this. It kind of feeds out on itself, so you just want to be careful that it doesn't, the ones that it's printing out, it doesn't try to, they don't get kind of fall into there and get sent back in again to be printed on twice, basically. Good print, good copies, good black and white copies. It's actually a pretty good printer. So in 8 pages, I figure, it takes about 4 minutes to, 3 or 4 minutes to copy them all. Hey, I just thought I'd give you a better indication of how long it does take to copy those 8 pages. This is about 8 pages going in. I think I cut that off a little bit, which it's going to take in, it's going to feed in probably about 5 or 6 pages before it starts printing any pages out. Like I said, this is a pretty poor setup because I got it right on the edge of this table here. This common design with these printers is that the pages do go in and then they come out right above where they go in sometimes. So you got to really look closely if that's a concern. That you don't want to have to deal with. And you can see it coming out. When it does start coming out, if you're concerned about the pages, like I said, I'll just let that one fall to the side. But if you put something in there like a bigger stock of paper, then you won't have that risk of you know, the pages getting output falling on as the pages going in. So it's not too hard to work around. That's, you know, all the pages are in. That's all what it took to get all the pages in, and now it's just outputting the pages. It's just printing out the pages. So that, like I said, I have it on about, you know, maybe 3 minutes at most to do those 8 pages. And I'll cut it off. I'll make sure it goes until the very end. Another thing I wanted to mention, that when you do replace the cartridges, you don't have to run alignment or anything like that. Just put the new cartridges in and it seemed to be fine. And then that's it. So that's about 8 pages. I will recommend just a common thing. These pages that I was putting in, see, they were stapled. This is the way they were stapled. That's the corner they were stapled on. So sometimes the upper edge then kind of gets fanned. So sometimes you're better off feeding the bottoms in first, because the bottoms are going to be a little bit more square and less fanned out. So it's going to be able to grab them nice.